Yeah, it's on. You know it. We back. We back in it. Oh yeah, yeah. Ha ha ha. Yes. Getting that Nightendo. Yeah. Is it like too loud on the? Let's see. It's like 14er. That might be adequate. We have the cuckoos right here. Give it up for the legendary character in the Legend of Zelda, which is the chickens. I think I want to say the first two Zelda games didn't have the chickens, but the third Zelda game, a link to a link to a past, a link to the past, was the first, you know, the first game to feature the chickens, I believe, the cuckoos, and from that point on, what did adding the cuckoos to the game? It just added, chickens, and that was like it doesn't really mean anything, but it means so much at the same time, which is kind of strange to say that, but crap poop. Ah, the blood moon. Yeah. So, what does it feel as Winter Storm Fern comes into the south? This massive system moving through Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Tennessee, Missouri, et cetera, et cetera, Alabama, Mississippi, and you can go on and on, Virginia, all that. And it's really, that's what I need, Don. You didn't buy your skullware yet? What's wrong with you, boy? You know why? Because, girl, you really got me now. You got me so can't sleep at night. Girl, you really got me now. What? Hell yeah. That radiant shirt, Dom. Where we're going, we're not going to need underwear. Do you know what I mean? Where we're going, girl, we're not going to need any underpants. Yeah. I think I already have stealth wear, right? Yeah. Yee. We already have stealth wear. We just needed skull wear. So Skull Man. What do you do when Skull Kid grows up to become Skull Man? Oh, that yeah, I saw the new He-Man trailer. Yeah, I used to have the gray skull when I was a kid in 1985 in kindergarten. I had Snake Mountain with the microphone, and I would say like, "I'll get you, He-Man, and kill you." Ha ha ha! I had so much fun doing that, and then I had the Castle Grayskull, I had He-Man, I had Battle Cat. I had Man at Arms, I had Leech Man, I had a lot of shit. I had the car, I had Orko. Man, those the fucking digital artists, the CGI artists who rendered Eternia this time, they did it fucking great. Like at MGM Amazon Studios, that shit is looks awesome. And you know, yeah, I don't care that Man at Arms is black. You know, he was white like in the first one, and they made a black one. Idris Elba's, pretty manly, a pretty masculine Man at Arms. So that's pretty cool. Um, I guess the last Man at Arms was kind of like too old, and he didn't look like he was badass. But this Man at Arms looks like he could fight. So I know that it's weird because if you cast Man at Arms as a black man, a British black man at that you have to explain, you have to have a stepdaughter, Tila, and you got to have all these shenanigans. It just kind of fucks up the original characters a little bit because you got to do that stepdad. Like, how do you explain why some people are white, some people are black, and all that bullshit? So it is, not the most convenient thing to do in terms of the characters themselves, but it's not atrocious like the Kevin Smith, like the making Tila gay and all that bullshit. I wouldn't even watch that Kevin Smith shit. That stupid shit. God, it's awful. Um, so I mean, how woke this He Man is gonna be, I don't know. You know. So Jeff Bezos to me as a character, the real life Lex Luthor. I really think that this man that's about almost as rich as God, one of the richest, wealthiest men in the world. The Yeah, I think his character. I want to say he's not really a leftist, and I want to say that he's not really anti-American, and I want to say that he's really not a wokester. So I feel like Jeff Bezos is a very cold and calculated individual, psychologically speaking. So he is definitely very hardworking, determined, and has a certain particular vision. And his vision basically is to make money. I don't think he's really interested in politics at all. So I think first and foremost he's interested in technology and business. So I think that's his principal drive, and I don't think it's social justice or any of that shit at all. I mean, he could be liberal, he could be a Democrat, but uh, he's not a far left uh, lunatic, though. I don't think. Jeffrey Preston Jorgensen Bezos. Jorgensen. Ah, Jorgensen, huh? Ha 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 ha. Jorgensen. What is that? Is that like Jorgensen, is that like that's like Johansson? Is he Swedish? He's Nordic, huh? I mean, at least partially. And then his mom is like Mexican. Okay. Dun dun dun. Bum, 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 bum. Grew up in the wealthy River Oaks neighborhood. Went to Princeton University, electrical engineering and computer science. Wow. Oh, Cuban. Oh, okay. Oh, Cuban immigrant, Miguel Mike Bezos. Oh, okay, Cuban. All right. His stepdad, not his biological. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, I'm sorry. Not Mexico. Albuquerque, New Mexico. My gosh. My bad. Geese, formerly Jorgensen. Oh, Jacqueline Geese. I don't know where that name comes from. Dun, dun, dun. Country singer George Strait is a second cousin of hers. Oh my god. That is so funny. Okay. Well, yeah. Yeah, so his stepdad was Cuban and then she's white, I guess. Geese. I don't know actually. Or it could be like geese. So I'm not sure if it's Italian or from what nation that's from. If she's a second cousin to George Strait, then she's probably European white, I'd say. And I'm trying to get down to his political beliefs. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, he is a Democrat donor. Yeah. Bum, bum, bum. So he wants same sex marriage. Okay. So sometimes he gives to Democrats and Republicans. I guess he just donates to whoever's going to help him out. So I guess he's kind of fluid. He seems like a Democrat, but he's yeah. I had a sneaking suspicion that he really didn't believe like a lot of the far left, like leftist beliefs of Democrats. Though. I had a sneaking suspicion that he was a moderate Democrat or that he was a in closet. He was in the closet Republican. Okay. Yeah. Oh. A very smart guy to get through electrical engineering and computer science. Is physics harder than electrical engineering and computer science? or maybe it doesn't, or maybe like physics doesn't always translate to a great career. Like maybe physics doesn't always lead to, you know, maybe there's parts of it's physics that's applicable, and there's parts of it that are like, you know, theoretical that you really can't do much. So there are practical degrees, and there's obviously degrees that are useless and impractical. So electrical engineering and computer programming back in the day would be like the most valuable uh, degrees you could probably get. Let's say we're gonna buy everything, dog. Oh well, I mean, as long as we don't run out of money. Yeah. Had some dough down. All right, we're gonna get some of our flow. Look at this screen layout is nice. Yeah, this is really nice. Okay. No, not that much. Well, we need some dough, huh? Uh, hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna put 20 on there, down. All right, we're gonna get it down. Uh, it's time to get it down. Yo, give me 10 of those bad boys. G. Get it, G. I'm getting some flow. Yo, yo, yo. Getting some flow. Yo, 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 yo. Getting some flow. Yo, yo. Getting some flow. Get some hoes. Oh, whoa. Am I plumb out of diamonds here? Come on, down. Let's put 55 on it down, down. Okay. We wheeling and dealing, literally. Hell yeah. Your transaction? Oh, I bet you do transactions. Okay, so we got this little mobile up on here, down. All right, get out of my way, G. We about to kick it. All right, so we have our little like, we got our like really shitty car here, our little shitty cart. Yeah. Give it up for the Shittopia. Yeah, somebody said the comment was that since I used AI for free and made fart trailers, that I was increasing the price of DD-RAM or something like that by making bullshit. Yeah, I don't think that I'm driving up the price of RAM. Yeah, yeah. I got an idea though. Check this out. All right, so here's the scenario for real. Do 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 do. Okay, so here's the dealio. Set the wheelio. There we go, baby. As long as you can still get to this, or you could just like, yeah, take it off. Take it off, baby. Ooh. All right, here we go. We'll make a command center on here. A command winner. Okay, so now we have yes. Oh yeah. Ready for this vibe. Well, where did I even want to go though? Thought I wanted to like go off that way. Yeah. No, you want to get it vibed over here. Yeah. Oh shit. Almost lost my vibe, huh? You almost lost your vibe. You almost lost your tribe. But you're trying to survive, no? Hell yeah. Ah. Okay. Shit. There we go. That's exactly what we wanted to do. Yeah. I know what I'm saying. Oh. See, look at that. That's exactly what we wanted to do, Dome. Going by Nabby Lake. Baby, I love grenades. Well, there's another battle talus over here. So. I feel like that gyro fighter and Mad Max and shit. Mad Max. Oh, it's like that guy. Yeah, here we go. That's a good shot, actually. Trying to break my ride down. Uh, uh, let's get gone, boy. They're getting ready for the team. Yeah. Yeah, if you never played this game or a Zelda game before, some people might be thinking, what the fuck? Yeah, probably. Yeah. Winter Storm Fern. Okay, so if we lose power, I can still play. I can still play Zelda though. But yeah, man. Once those roads once they ice over, it's game over. You know. So yeah, if the grid goes out and the roads are iced over in hard freezing rain, it's game over. So people know they better be hunkered down and have their shit or suffer until power's restored or roads reopen. Yeah. Uh, okay, drop that bad boy. Drop the bad. Drop the bad boy, but don't be a sad boy. Drop the bad boy. Drop the bad boy. Drop the bad boy. All right, let's get this. Wait. Okay. Destroy fused material. With a stone talus heart. Yeah. No, I was gonna go ahead and make an AI for like Fartopia. Okay, so Fartopia, that's not like erotic or pornography or anything. So it said content may violate our policy on pornographic or sexually explicit or adult or sexual content or something. I was like, but it might be like the Jack Vale with the pooter when he got the community guidelines for vulgar material because they thought he was actually farting on people. Yeah, but it was just his sound machine, the pooter, and he was really pissed. Yeah, it may have been like where the algorithm flags something for sexual content, even though like a fart isn't really sexual. It's not really. I know they have scat porn and they have shit porn, and they've always had that category in porn since porn was invented. But it's not peeing and poo poo is not really a popular pornographic sexual fetish. So it's not. It's not. It's that's some weird, some weird, disgusting caveat. Yeah, the first thing, guys, when they were teenagers, when the internet first came out, when we were the first generation that had internet coming out as teenagers, we were the first generation, the millennials, and like we went to the porn section, to see like naked chicks and like titties and shit like that. But me and my friend Jeff, uh, we were like, why is there this? Why is there Dookie? Like, why is there a PP section? We're like, what? From early on, there was like disgusting and baffling pornographic categories, but um, Fartopia was just a joke. And so it was like, this is flagged for possible sexual or disgusting content. And I was like, Fartopia. Yeah, it wouldn't let me do Fartopia for some reason. So in case you were looking forward to Fartopia, uh, yeah, I don't even I don't know what AI would generate on Fartopia. I guess it would just be like a utopia where people were farting. Like, I guess the movie trailer would say like, "Welcome to Fartopia, where all your dream, all your like fantasy, where all your heaven of farting come true," or whatever. It's like, it would just be, it would just also, it would also be dumb, but it would be pretty funny though. I think there's some eggs in this tree. Yeah, we have a Skeletor type fortress. Yeah, I'd say the He-Man trailer, it almost made me cry seeing the Skeletor and seeing the Orko and seeing the Battle Cat. Almost started crying. Actually, they didn't really show a lot of the monsters in the first trailer. They didn't show a lot of like Beast Man and fucking all that Leech Man and all those awesome characters. And so, but I'm pretty sure like the He-Man and the heroes when they're battling like Skeletor's like the main the main monsters. I bet that fight's gonna be pretty badass. They have Ran Man. They have like um oh man, so many great characters. Yeah, that toy line for yeah, was it Mattel? Or was it yeah, created by Roger Sweet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mattel, yeah, yeah. Right. Oh yeah. Dun dun dun. So basically, Mattel wanted the rights to the Star Wars toy line, and well, guess what? They didn't get the rights to that. Kenner did, and so Kenner got the rights. The CEO was pissed because he wanted to cash in on the merchandise craze for children's toys, which used to be like one of the most lucrative markets ever. And yeah, in the days when people were marrying and having children, and that was like a main goal in life for people, like to live the American dream when that was like everything, you know. So I suppose that is still like the American dream that a lot of people at least idealize, or even if they fall short, that's something that everybody, I guess, most people aspire to uh, at least aspire to the fantasy of the American dream, even if it's unreachable for many people. People still have an idealized, perfect uh, world of being able to afford a house and a car and a spouse and a few kids, or something like that. So the children's market, toy market, used to be like the biggest, like one of the biggest lucrative industries, the merchandise. And well, he couldn't get the Star Wars toy line, so he made up his own. Roger Sweet made up their own fantasy universe. He-Man, it's like sword and sorcery, its own mythos, and created this amazing toy line. Had some of the best toys ever. Uh, yeah, it was so fun because there were so many toys produced from He-Man that it was crazy because you could have a bunch of shit, and then your friends would have different monsters, and they kept on just relentlessly like creating new characters. So it was so fun. One of my favorite characters was like, what's he called, Morlock or Gorlock or some, or Motok or some shit. And it was like this monster, and you could put parts all over him, and it was ridiculous. I love the guy with the extended neck and with the helmet on his head, and like I just loved all these character designs. It was fucking bonkers. So the uh, Amazon and MGM are going to have a field day with the amount of characters, you know. Um, one of my favorite characters besides Leech Man, which is just this gigantic leech monster. I fucking love Skunk Man. They had a Skunk Man, and it actually fucking stunk. And they actually made it smell like a skunk. It was so funny. I don't think they had a Squirrel Man though. It's not like every animal they had a man, like an action figure of it. But it definitely, there were a lot of Earth inspired creatures, and yeah, like just remembering all the different characters is just like almost an impossible task because there was like so many. I wonder how many action figures were actually produced. Was it 400, or was it like even more? Was it like 2,000 or something ridiculous? But yeah, that was the joy of like the 1980s childhood, is that if your friend didn't have a video game, I mean, if you didn't have a video game, then maybe your friend had it, or if you didn't have a toy, then maybe your friend had it. So that was like the beauty of it. So I guess the goal of the postmodern age is to have less friends, because real friendships, they require dedication, and it takes real um, it to trust other people takes a lot of emotional, and if you enter an age where you feel like human beings cannot be trusted anymore, it's very bad for the formation of relationships and friendships. So back in the day, the whole game was having as many friends as you could. That was the entire game, was having as many friends and relationships as you possibly could have. Oh yeah. Oh, dude, he nailed me, bastard. You shit. Yeah. So it was a different era in which um, certainly people were still your competitors, but it felt like the community was an extension of your own domain, instead of like this Mad Max, uh, Blade Runner kind of world where it feels like almost like this neo feudalistic world in which you feel like your home has to be protected with a million cameras, and where it's like this nightmare dystopia where you can't trust people anymore, and you have to put extra, it's like Back to the Future 2 in the dark, in the dystopian universe where Marty goes back, and it's like everybody has uh, guns and fucking big huge locks on their door, and and fucking barred windows, and it's just like this absolute nightmare. Like now society is going into like a neo-feudalistic medieval style apocalyptic um, dystopian Orwellian nightmare of like a disappearing middle class, and then just like really really poor people, and then like really 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 like stupidly rich people. Hey, Tula. Oh, I love you too, lady. Hey, baby. Are you doing okay? I love you too. I know. I know. You don't know that the big storm is coming, huh? Don't worry. We're going to snuggle up. Yeah. I love you, baby. Are you coming on your paddle? Come on your paddle. I love you, little gizmo. No, you're more like baby Chewbacca. You're like a baby Chewbacca. Chewtula. Okay. Stone talus is damaged. Oh, yeah, that was my favorite character, the heroic winged warrior, Stratos. Yeah, I fucking love Stratos. Oh, Merman, Zodak, Beastman. Man, those are like the OGs. Yeah, those are like OG style. King Randor. There's like an elephant dude and shit. I remember the bee guy. Oh, that was my favorite as a kid was I love Ram Man, and I love fucking um it's on Pinterest, all the characters. It's so funny. Yeah. Uh oh, okay. Oh, Trap Jaw, yeah, that was an amazing character. Oh, I didn't mean to like reveal my computer code. It's like, hold up. Okay. All the characters. I can't even. They really made a bear man buzz off. That was so funny. I forgot the name of the guy that could like my favorite character was this guy with the helmet, and then he could kind of like Inspector Gadget. He could extend his neck, and it was almost like a giraffe. It was like Inspector Gadget giraffe with the helmet. Thought it was like the coolest character though. You got Roboto. They have a character called Snoob. What? Oh man, this is too much. Yeah. Maybe if I look at an image, maybe I'll be able to get like the character that I'm looking for. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Kind of has like a triangular helmet and bum, bum. Bum, bum. I don't really consider the Kevin Smith He-Man, like whatever the Netflix cartoon series. I don't really consider that to be canon necessarily. Mm, 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 Yeah, I don't know if I can find out what this dude's name is. This looks pretty dense. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find this. Oh, Triclops. That was Triclops. Oh my God. Merman, Beastman, Evil Lyn, Battle Cat, Cringer. Yeah, I know all these characters. Triclops, Trap Gun. I don't know if I'm gonna find out who this guy is. This might take this like taking too long to like find out. Uh, it's taking too long to find out what this one character is called. Mm. Okay, maybe too bad. Oh yeah, Mechanic. Oh my God, that's who it was. Mechanic. Oh my God, Mechanic. Yeah, I guess that's a pun on like oh, that was my favorite one. Mechanic was awesome. That was one of the coolest characters. Yeah, if they show like Mechanic in if they show Mechanic in um wow. Yeah, I'm getting my ass kicked. Yeah, if I'm watching the He-Man movie and they come out with Mechanic, I'm gonna, or even if I see like Beach Man or something, I say, holy shit. I mean, I doubt they're gonna go deep and like I doubt they're gonna like break out, Leech Man and fucking Elephant Man and all, Bear Man and all that shit. But they're probably at least gonna rock the OGs, Evil Lyn and Beast Man. So they're at least gonna rock the OGs probably, which is fine. I mean, it's like an origin story. Oh, I like the fact that he's got the like the Neo arc where he's in some crappy job. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know if the pronouns thing was like woke, where it says he, him, but it's kind of a joke. It's a joke though, because it's like his name is He Man, so it's like his pronouns are he, him. Yeah, I don't know how like the LGBTQ and trans community hijack the English language like that with the pronouns, but I do know that capturing the English language is the goal of any control system, controlling language, and any Orwellian system, and any leftist system is all about manipulating languages and creating Orwellian newspeak. So if you're going to hijack ideas, then you're going to have to hijack the language itself. So that's what communism and socialism does, and Orwellianism, leftism. It tries to manipulate and change language in a way that it's not supposed to be used in that way. Like, so, yeah, like Landman, like that super hot blonde chick. I'm not gonna call, you know, some guy or some woman trying to be a dude. I'm not gonna call somebody like that a they them, or I'm not gonna even. I'm just gonna call. You know what? Hey, there. If I see somebody who's a woman, I'm gonna say she. You know, if it's a guy, I'm gonna say he. And if there's a group of people, I'm gonna say they. And I'm gonna use the English language in the way in which it was originally intended to be used, which was for English communication. Dun 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 dun. Because that's the point of the language is to communicate, denote, and convey ideas and concepts. Actually, these new Zeldas remind me a lot of He-Man. Yeah, I would love to play a. I'd love to play a He-Man game like this. Oh, maybe there will be a Nintendo Switch He-Man game. Yeah, I don't know if there will be, but yeah, I'd like to play like an open world He-Man game. That'd be a lit up fire for sure. I don't exactly like. I don't consider new slang to be new because it's just people saying stuff. You know, like new slang is just kind of sounds like old slang because it's just slang. So if the the elders were saying um, cool, back in the 1950s, 1960s. Okay. Then today, if people are saying, "Man, that's lit," or "Yo, that's fire," to me, that's not very original. It's just kids saying stuff that's like sounds like similar to like. So in the 2000s, the kids said like, "Oh man, that's sick," but it's still the same kind of thing. I know like every youth generation thinks they're coming up with their own vernacular terminology because they changed the words, but it's the same shit. Well, I didn't mean to blow up the deal. Oh well. That's like in those sometimes like you'll have like a funny action movie where somebody's when they tell the henchman like I'm getting attacked by a tree right now. That's whack, dude. There we go. Getting attacked by the evil ants. Yeah, I would like to play like a Lord of the Rings game like this. I'd like to play like a He-Man game like this. Yeah. What was like my favorite He-Man thing? It was I had the He-Man toothbrush set. I've talked about this like a billion times before, and it said, "Hi, I am He-Man. If you brush your teeth regularly, you will grow up to be a very strong, fine warrior one day." And you'll grow up to be a very strong man warrior one day, like me, He-Man. And the talking, the talking He-Man toothbrush that did inspire me. You know, I was inspired. Get that hearty salmon. We're gonna have to get some of the spicy peppers. Hell yeah. Let Zelda pushing boundaries, putting a guy with glasses to show that people do have optical issues. Nimbus. That nerds should be accepted. Even the dorkiest looking motherfuckers. The dorkiest looking motherfuckers. Even the dorkiest must be included. All right. We're having four-eyed representation for the optically challenged. Wow, I'm glad. Legend of Zelda was pushing boundaries for the people that wear glasses. Man, that makes me feel so much better. For the visually impaired folks. It's no joke. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, my family was like, yeah, my mom worked as a cashier, was like, that was like the steady income. And then my stepdad was like a welder, and that was pretty good money, when he had to work, but when he was laid off, it was always pretty difficult. And so financially speaking, but I did have some people that were really good with money in my family, especially my grandparents had great jobs. So, uh, back in the day when people could have really great jobs and work somewhere, for life, for when they're like 18 to retirement age, and draw like a really good pension and healthcare plans and all that back in the good old days, I guess. And so, my family, was very much working class, and only some of them middle class, and they always hooked me up with the toys. That's why I had so much He-Man stuff. Uh, since I had a lot of aunts, they were always trying to spoil me when I was a kid. So they were always getting me my Star Wars shit, my He-Man shit, and so I didn't go without. I wasn't a really, 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 really poor kid. So even if life was financially difficult sometimes, uh, you know, tended to still make it out the other side. So when my stepdad got cancer, when he was dying, that's when we had no money, and there was no food in the fridge. That was pretty scary to have no food in the refrigerator. But that was only for a little while though. Yeah. Accident. Yeah, it did seem like really. It did seem very frenetic before this storm, that people are going crazy, in Texas and other states, um, taking all the meat and the milk and all that bullshit. People hoarding groceries. It's not good. But that's exactly what would happen if there was like an asteroid coming towards Earth. It would be every man, woman, and child for themselves, and some people, you know, would take more than others and leave nothing for anybody else. That's exactly just what would happen. But I think if you don't need 8 milks to go in there and buy 8 milks, it's just fucking being a jackass. So Yeah, so before the storm hits real bad, the store runs are going to continue. So we'll do a see how bad it's going to be. Uh, my love and affection for those in Dallas, and up in the northern parts of Texas. So oh my God, this just keeps getting. It seems like every time I look at this, it just keeps getting worse and worse. Pretty much. Speaking of which, the news is on, huh? Well, I'm just gonna flip that on. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm just gonna record it real quick. All right, recorded the episode. It's just pretty much just telling you, basically, it's basically the shit's gonna hit the fan for Houston by 6 p.m. on Saturday, basically, and especially by Sunday morning, the freezing rain and the ice. So, and it's going to be like a 3 day event, basically. I know it's hitting earlier for Arkansas and other parts of the United States, other states. So, God bless and good luck. Especially my family in Arkansas. They look like they're in the bullseye. They're just totally fucking foobarred up there. So, but they got enough supplies. They've got heaters and grills and fireplaces and all that. So should be good. Enough food, and I think they're going to be good. I hope my grandpa's all right. My current, my second stepdad called him uh, uh, this morning to see if he was okay. And he says he's got the wood. He's got the wood fire stove, and he's got the fireplace, and he's got enough food. Uh, so they're about to have really heavy storms. I think starting tomorrow, have snow, and yeah, Phil is real elderly. He's 90. He's 92 years old, and so I called him and said, "Oh man, you got there's going to be a freeze this weekend." And he's like, "It's all right, man. It's 70 right now, or it's 65." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but like this weekend, there's a storm coming in." He just seemed like he didn't really understand. But hopefully, it finally dawned on him, like, "Hey, there's a big storm coming." Like, if he watched the news and his family and friends called him and told him enough times, he was like, "Oh, it's fine. It's 65 right now." Like I was crazy. Like elderly people like with dementia and Alzheimer's, and like after they had a few strokes, they can look at like people that haven't had that stuff like they're fucking nuts. And I'm like, I didn't. I just gave him the general warning, and then he was like, "Yeah, it's 65 right now," and I was like, "Yeah, I know, but you know that there's a certain thing as like different times, different things happen." I don't know if he's like beyond understanding that point right now. That at different times, different things occur, and I don't know if he, you know, I I don't know if he's losing the concept of time in his debilitated state. Yeah, unfortunately, I think maybe his friends and family, maybe his daughter called him on Zoom and told him, "Hey, there's a situation like you guys in the senior apartments could lose power." And no, he's 93 now, right? Yeah, yeah. I said 92. I think he just turned 93. Yeah. Oh, I set these boys on fire? Really? Oh, wanna give me some? Oh, it left, dude. We need to go get some. We need to go get some eyeballs because we need to kind of prepare for dragon battles. And as you must not just prepare for winter storm ferns, but you must also prepare for dragon battles as well. We got the. I love the whole idea of like the twisted Muppets. Like the Sesame Street characters are now like evil and shit. It's like, when did Grover get so evil, man? Like there's evil Muppets. Tickle me Helmo. Tickle me Helmo. Hell yeah. Well, I'm glad it wasn't tickle my butthole. All right. So many items. So many items, but we gotta fight them. Yeah. Adam Finitum. Come on down. The price is right. Bob Barker. Oh. The Horriblins. 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 You just love saying horriblin is like it's so awesome because it's not a goblin, it's not a moblin, it's not a boko goblin or bokoblin. It's a horriblin, which is even better. Maybe they should make a character in the next Zelda called a Terriblin. That'd be awesome. Hmm. I don't know if I would take it that far. Hell yeah. Everybody excited about the winter storm fern. So Governor Greg Abbott said the famous Titanic. He did it. He did the most political suicide thing you can. He did the greatest kind of shotgun to his own foot. And I wish I could have told him, hey, don't do this. Don't say this. Don't say this thing that Achilles said. I can never be hurt. And then they shot him in the leg and the arrow. Oh man. Or like the elites on the Titanic. Oh, this ship is indestructible. He did that thing again. And it's probably happened so many times throughout history where people said, hey, this ship is unsinkable. And I was like, oh my god. You just jinxed the entire state. He said ERCOT and the state that the Texas power grid is it's so fortified that it's going to be so strong that the entire power grid isn't going to fail, that it's going to be able to handle this winter storm. And so that's what he said. So if everything goes smoothly, then he's right. Okay. So if everything's honky dory, then he gets away with it. But if things go south, if the power grid does fail and doesn't have enough capacity to handle this, then he looks like he fucking lied or he's incompetent. So he kind of backed himself into a corner unnecessarily. Do I believe that there was significant improvements? Yeah, in the ERCOT power system and power grid since 2021, the disastrous storm, which hundreds of people died, at least 200 at least, I think, in Texas. It was Winter Storm Uri, I think is the name of it. Why did you kill a horse? Did you just kill a horse? Manuro, you're so evil. You're an evil sage mech, robo mech, spirit mech, or whatever this is. Yeah, what is Manuro anyway? I know it's a sage, but it's like, what? It doesn't matter what it is. It's cool. A spiritually powered mecha robot, I guess. It doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter what, how, why, or who. All that matters is. That was really philosophically deep. All that matters is the is. We have the monster outpost of the monster forces on Lake, uh, on wherever this is. We're going to the place of the unnamed monster fortress. I've come for lemons to make lemonade. Chimichanga. I dropped thy weaponry. Unfortunately, for that they will pay with the bouncy stick. I sentence you to bouncy stick. Or maybe Sora, maybe the AI will let me do fartifications. The fortifications. Are you ready for the fortifications? It's time to get fortified. No, maybe the AI, the fart themed AI stuff. Maybe we could, kind of slow down the production rate. I mean, we must never slow down the fart puns and the fart AI. It cannot cease. Yeah, I couldn't watch the AI video that was like Luke Skywalker was a tranny. I was like, I can't watch this. This is just it is kind of funny, like Luke Skywalker becomes a transsexual, but I was kind of like, nah, this isn't. This is definitely AI slop for sure. Like I can't watch this. This some mega bullshit, and I don't want to be the pot calling the kettle black, but yeah. Yeah. Mm. Oh. Hmm. Damn. What a time for my bow to shatter. Unfortunate. Oh man, they're doing these oh dude. Yeah, I think Phil Collins might be close to death because they're doing all these videos about Phil Collins and he's like reflecting on his life and he's like he seems like really guilt ridden for some reason. He seems like really regretful about his life for some reason. I don't know if it was like his relationships or his children or something's bothering him. Not just getting old and dying, but something is kind of eating at him, I think. Uh, That's why it looks so sad. But I don't know why that got. I mean, he could just be sad because he's about to pass away and he knows it, and so he's like really depressed. But I think there's something more to his depression. I think there's something more to it, like he regrets like not spending more time with his kids or something like that, or he regrets like not being a good husband or father or something like that. One of his divorces, or he regrets something. I can't really. Okay, so my theory to why there's so many Phil Collins videos dropping right now is because I think he's about to pass away. That's just what I'm guessing. I hate to say that, but that's probably true. I don't think he's going to broadcast his death every day like Scott Adams, but definitely something's up with so many reflection videos that he's doing. Secret areas. Secret areas. Yeah. Secret areas. That's what's going on. Secret areas. They should make another Shadowgate game. Man, that would, dude. People would never leave the house if there was like a new Shadowgate. People would be like, "Oh, is there a winter storm that lasts the whole entire month?" Oh, okay. I'll be playing Shadowgate. The new Shadowgate. Lighten that torch. Lighten the torch. Light it. Light it. Light it. Lighten the torch. All right. My boy. Oh, you found the treasure, bro. That's what the Legend of Zelda is all about. Finding secret treasure. Yeah. Found that Royale. Well, I have a lot of Royale shields, so. Oh well, it was a nice little journey going on there. Nice little adventure, an adventure of Zelda. Had it going on for a while. In any case. That's my boy up there, huh? I like the whole idea of like descending down the stairs, like into the underworld. I like that whole like concept. No, I like when the press is asking Trump questions and he's like, "Well, I have a plan. We're discussing a concept of an idea," and like that does crack me up because he's not really he's telling them like just not like nothing like I have a concept of a plan of an idea. Well, I think we have a motif going on. Uh, It's not like lying. It's not like subterfuge, but it is like just nonsense. I have a plan of a concept of an idea. The more he does that, the more like it gets funnier. Like if your boss was yelling at you, oh, so Todd, did you get the work done? And you're like, well, I had a concept of work. I had an idea of work. I had an idea about getting the job done. Sayonara. Did you solve the problem? Well, I had a hypothesis. I sketched. Uh, got to get to the donut shop. Oh, is that your best joke of the night? Kind of lame, but it's all I had to work with, more or less. Must get to Shipley's Donuts. Ducks. So I have this old video on my first Dreamwheeler. My first channel was taken down um, because of the COVID crackdown on talking about COVID-19 and talking about vaccines and talking about Joe Biden and the stolen election in 2020 and all that shit. So yeah, it was basically my first channel was taken down because of YouTube, Google Alphabet censorship. Uh, because a lot of people wanted to talk about those verboten topics because they were pertinent. It's important to know if your government's being hijacked by a certain political party. It's important to know if a former president wants a third or a fourth term. It's important to know stuff like that. And it's important to know if there are bad health effects to a vaccine, COVID-19 vaccine. It's helpful to discuss the origins of COVID-19. Um, it is very helpful to question the legitimacy of the Biden Harris presidency. It's if you live in a supposed democracy, then it's great to have the ability to have the freedom of speech. So if citizens do not live in a democracy, a real one with constitutionally guaranteed rights in the Bill of Rights, in the First Amendment, if all those things are shut down, then you're not really living in a democracy anymore. You're living in a totalitarian authoritarian state. So big tech basically railroaded American citizens and shut down free speech. Mark of the Beast, Zuckerberg, Google Alphabet, YouTube. Uh, they basically railroaded a fundamental constitutional right, which is the freedom of speech. Um, well, actually, they took away a lot of rights to get that bastard, that crony bastard, Joe Biden into the White House. Because if you think about it, if you got to stay 6 feet away from people, then you really can't talk to them. If you have to stay at home all the time, you really can't talk to people like real life people. Um, and you can't say what you really think or feel. Um, if you can't get out and go vote um, in person, then a lot of people just didn't even want to vote because it takes too much effort. Um, so you could use, mail-in and voting machines that can be tampered with, and they were. Um, so if you can't gather with people, that's violating the First Amendment tenet of the right to assembly. Also, so this was a very calculated plan to separate people and to uh, under the guise of a worldwide Chinese Communist plague to take away and dismantle American freedoms. The First Amendment, the right to assemble, the right to peaceably assemble, the right to petition your government or to question your government, the right to free speech, the right to question things, the right because if you can't assemble, then you can't worship your God. So they took away at least three of the five core tenets of the First Amendment. So, citizens in the future will have to realize that a plague or a virus is going to be the exact totalitarian tool a particular political party or government will utilize to take away uh, constitutional freedoms, as they did in 2020. The right, the freedom of religion flows from the freedom of speech and expression, and it flows from the right to assemble. And we didn't have a right to a free press because they represented one political party, the corporate fake news media, ABC, Dishonesty News, CBS, NBC, then MSNBC, and CNN. So that was the nexus of control, along with big tech, Jack Dorsey's Twitter before Elon Musk bought it. And they were all complicit in selling out American citizens so that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris uh, uh, gave Barack Hussein Obama his third term. But the Democrats were not able to stay permanently in power because the Biden-Harris administration was a shit show of bad policies, 10 to 12 million illegal aliens, dangerous aliens, entering our country, high crime rates, and really horrible Biden inflation that went up to 9% in 2022 at least. Uh, oh yeah. So I don't really think that the Democrats are going to take the House in the U.S. Congress uh, in these midterms because I think the Biden Harris catastrophe will be lingering in voters' minds long, 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 long time, and the pain and suffering of COVID and all that shit. Can we get a donut? Donut. All right, looks like the Texas two-set lottery went up to $1.125 million. Yeah, I played a lot of tickets. I might have lost or I might have won some. I'll check it like tomorrow night or something. So if I won a pretty good amount, if I won like $50 to $70, I would like, I don't know, maybe have a 2026er, a beer. What about that? Have a 2026 pack. Get some beer. Get some tasty beer fridge. Ah, nice beer fridge. Cold and refreshing. Oh, we're gonna go ahead and move the plants from the patios into indoors, and we're gonna create like a nice cozy zone for the plants in the garage, and then we're gonna put the car in the garage. We're gonna put sheets around the water heater, and we're gonna really insulate the garage very much and keep the plants cozy, and so they'll survive the freeze. I got to use a dolly and bring the plants into the garage, but I'm not. I am middle aged, but I'm not like a weakling bitch, so I can still move all that shit. So I'm not over the hill and through the woods yet, where you're just like fucking crippled and food barred. So uh, some fire fruits. Yeah. So God bless, best of success during this pretty epic winter storm fern. Oh, and I think I might. And now for something completely different. Maybe I'll watch a movie or something like that. Oh, we have found He-Man's sword. By the power of Grayskull, I have the power. You know, at first when I saw that trailer, I thought they weren't going to do the by the power of Grayskull, like the transformation of Prince Adam to He-Man. At first, I thought they were going to save that for the movie, but they showed it in the trailer. So they showed a lot more Skeletor than I thought they were going to show too. Actually, Skeleton. But design-wise, Skeletor looks fucking badass. So I was pretty impressed by the CGI Skeletor. Um, yeah, that would have been so funny if they would have made a He-Man movie like in 2010, and then it was like Chris Helmsworth. I bet you anything if they would have made like a He-Man movie back then, it would have been Chris Helmsworth. That would have been a kick-ass He-Man for sure. Time to use the claymore to slay more. Oh, I broke my claymore already. Damn it. Throw a rock at me, dog. This battle's getting epic, like Gandalf versus the Balrog. Well, it's not that epic, but it's not that epic as Gandalf versus Balrog. Yeah, that's like a Crenell Peak Cave. Time to wakey, bitch. Alright. Sleeping on the job, bitches. Lazy bastards. Uh-oh. Welcome to the team. Ooh, baby, I love grenade every day. Ooh, I can't wait for bombs away. Like the way I pull the pin. Ah, as the shrapnel goes burns through your skin. Oh, don't hesitate. I can't wait to use my grenades. That's how they discovered David Koresh in the Branch Davidians in Texas, in Waco, was that he FedEx some grenades. And the driver saw the grenades and he was like, why is this guy, I should probably call the police because this dude has a box of grenades. It's not your usual Amazon order. It's not your usual FedEx order, huh? Your grenades. Yes, I'd like 30 bazookas, and I'd like I'm gonna need 40 rocket launchers. I'm gonna need 80 RPGs. Yeah, it's not your usual order, huh? Like yeah. Let's get that glow cavefish. Glowing cavefish. Oh yeah. Oh, there's all my diamonds. They're up top. Joe John's Rhyme. What do you call your son? Joe John. Joe John, get in here. Joe John. That would be a cool if there was somebody called Joe John, huh? Not really. All right, we're going into a shrine. This game is a lot like Mega Man Legends. Rotation. I see. Rotation. I practiced that in my circle jerk. What? Circle jerk. You know it. Oh. At my circle jerk party, at my circle jerk parties. Yeah, like the masturbation parties. Just joking. All right. I'm gonna call my new band Master Beat. Master Beat. That's brilliant. What if instead of the Jeopardy theme song, it was like this music? The music went Asian all of a sudden. It went toing the toing the toing thing. It was like toing the toing the toing the toing. Out of the blue. Hope everyone gets through the winter storm fine. Somebody wrote, "So we're in a Cold War again." Yeah, I guess it. I guess it is. Well, yeah, I don't know. It's like these authoritarian, totalitarian states. They have big land masses. They have a lot of resources, and especially China has, you know, uh, out amazing manufacturing capacity. So, but there are cracks, there are problems, and the problems are basically that authoritarian communist states, they can't sustain themselves for long periods of time without falling, without failing. And so that might be a milestone, for a communist nation to last 100 years, but will it last like the United States of America? Will it last, 200 years? Will it last 250 years? Will it last 300 years? That's really the test of the Russian Federation and the Chinese Communist Party, is can it last for hundreds of years? Is really the, I'm betting that the Russian Federation in its current form will not last another 100 years. I am also envisioning a future where the Chinese Communist Party does not last another 100 or 200 years. I don't think that the Communist Manifesto and Mao Zedong. I don't think communism can sustain itself for hundreds of thousands of years in a way that uh, representative democracies can. Yeah, so I'm getting the streams on because you know this storm could take out the grid, and then it's game over. So yeah, some brother in Oklahoma stabbed his brother over a video game. They didn't name the video game. I wonder what video game would cause somebody to stab their brother in the heart. So that is pretty bizarre. Um, yeah. Enraged. Brother killed teen after. Brother killed after teen becomes enraged over video game. I wonder what the in Southeast Oklahoma. William Spencer. No, this guy's a fucking psycho. Yeah, I think this kid has other problems. What do you think they were playing? I think they were playing Roblox. No, they were playing Fortnite. They were playing Minecraft. What's the video game though? They were probably playing Mario Kart. That shit will get you angry, dude. When you're playing that, when you're getting your card on, like and your friend beats you, man. Was it Mario Kart? They're not saying the video game. Maybe they're afraid of like a lawsuit from a video game company or something. Or that's what it is. They're afraid of getting sued if they're like they were playing Grand Theft Auto. I guess they're afraid of getting sued. So no one's saying what the video game was. If it's like Super Mario Brothers, they were playing Kirby. No, they were playing Donkey Kong or something. Yeah, the sillier the game is, the more ridiculous the story would be. Wow, wow. Is this even gonna work, dude? Dude, this is gonna be dope. Yeah, we did it, baby. It's too bad that guy wasn't born with a nose, though. They made his hair like a purple, look like a penis. What the heck? Oh, this guy never eats. He's vegan. They made him vegan. He looks like he came from like Portland or like LA or something. Huh? He came from Minneapolis. Minneapolis. He comes from Chicago. One of Portland's finest. Yeah, they should make a game like based off the never-ending story, but have it where the game never ends. The never-ending game. La 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 la. La. Yeah. Man, this game is like crack meth, so I'm gonna have to get out of here. The video games got too good, huh? They got like unimaginably good, great. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it is like the best time for gaming, like in terms of just like the graphics and the photorealism, the sound, the design, everything is like so photorealistic, so good, like just perfect animation. I don't want to ever say like there's peak gaming because I don't want to believe that technology stops evolving or reaches a peak. I don't want to ever say that. I don't want to say that there's limits to Moore's law. So, because I don't really believe in that. All the puppies are here. Yeah. I'm going Thor style. Okay. Don't want to be too loud because Bella and Tulo are trying to chill. Okay. Everybody's trying to have it chiller before everybody's trying to chill out before the winter storm Fern. Tomorrow going to move the plants in before the thunderstorms begin, like in Saturday morning in Houston, Texas. So Tejas. Tejas. Oh. Yeah. Whoop, there it is. All these bullshit weapons. The Aracuda eyeball. Mm. Ooh, Aracuda. Where are we, Charlie? Why they call the bad guys, or why they call the enemies Charlie in Vietnam? Because it was better than Chuck. Chuck is coming. That doesn't, but Charlie coming. Uh-oh. That sounds a lot more sinister, right? Charlie's coming. The Legend of Zelda is basically like a Western. Yeah. But that's what makes it cool. A Western in a fantasy universe. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a luminous stone. Luminous. Luminous beings are we, not this crude matter. Thor, light me up. Yeah, I can feel this like dread as the storm approaches. Yeah, I definitely feel the dread. It's kind of like it's almost like it feels like an existential type dread. It kind of feels like you're on the Titanic, but it's like the slow burn dread, just waiting for the storm to slowly come. It's like how they build up villains in some movies where they tell you about a villain and they're just like, it's coming, and then finally Thanos or whatever, they finally come. It's kind of like that. Like the villain is built up for so long, the boogeyman, and then finally the boogeyman comes. So it feels like this storm has all this dread attached to it, especially with the history of Winter Storm Uri that knocked out the Texas ERCOT power grid in 2021. So I think that's why you're seeing this level of panic and dread and grocery store runs and all this, craziness, essentially. There's not only like panic in the air, but there's also kind of like this really palpable dread that I haven't really seen before in Texas since that storm or COVID. So we're gonna wake up and take the plants, load them up into the garage, so get them out of the harm's way. Busy. Got your boy Regan back in it. Yo, is there a Starbucks in here? You got Ozunda. This guy, the way this guy looks and everything, it reminds me of like pictures when I look at like people from Soviet breakaway republics like Turkmenistan or something. So if socialism and communism was so great, then how come it fell apart, it fell into shit? Got the scrambled eggs and bacon. What do you know about shit? Oh, you found like the homosexual the men's homosexual group over there? Dude. The homosexual society or something? That's what it looked like. No, it's like that. It's the liberation of the men that take off their shirts. Is what it is. Yeah. What an interesting element to this story to have a group of men that take off their shirts in a liberational gesture. It's so revolutionary. Okay. Um, oh well, we'll do one last uh, favor. Oh, yeah. Okay, here's the game planet. Fear not, young grasshopper. Oh. Yep. But we could use some rockets. We need to get in the air a little bit more speedily. But I know this dread is kind of dreadful. But I think there's something interesting here about this dread. Like you're on the, like you kind of feel like you're on the Titanic, and it's sinking. You know that the ship's gonna sink, but like you don't know how it's gonna sink. You don't know when it's gonna finally be done. You just have this dread, like you know it's coming, and it's just slowly coming in, slowly. Dread, just every every minute, every hour, every day, the dread, just dreading on, getting closer and closer. So there's some kind of interesting um, experience there. So I like the whole idea of like the dread. So it's an uneasy feeling, but it's an interesting one. So so like this is bad, but you really don't know how bad it's gonna get. You don't know how bad this is gonna be, and so hence the panic buying at the grocery stores and all that. Um, because deep down, people can feel something's not right. Something's coming and it's not good. And most people are getting that sensation of that vibration. Lake Verona Cave. What? Where are we now? Yeah.